Hi there, Kings and Queens of the Zodiac. This is going to be the second part of the New Moon Pisces video I uploaded yesterday. And I hope you're well and enjoying the rest of February. So, moving on, it's a cool thing to know that Pisces New Moon is happening between the end of Mars retrograde and the beginning of Venus retrograde. So, it's really essential during this time to retrospect and reflect towards our actions in regards to past and current events in our lives. And the question is, how can you, regardless of your sign, really make the most of this powerful Piscean energy? So that's really a great question, right? And it's something we can dive into. In this video, I'm going to give you tools and tips you can do in able to manifesting your desires with the new moon in Pisces. Well, so one way is to really tune in to your intuition. That inner voice that gives you guidance and insights. It's like that gut feeling you get when you know something is right or wrong, even if you don't know why. And with this new moon in Pisces, that voice gets louder. So it's a good time to pay attention to those little nudges and the synchronicities like seeing angel numbers, for example, 1111, 222, 333. So synchronicities are those like meaningful coincidences, the ones that align perfectly with your thoughts, intentions, and even your dreams. So they feel like the universe is winking at you, or you feel like the universe is winking at you, and confirming you're on the right track. You're confirming that you're on the right track. And so when like you're thinking about someone and they call you out of the blue, or you find that perfect book when you need it, those are classic synchronicities. And during this new moon, well, we're more likely to experience them, especially if we're open to it. So it's like the universe is talking to us in a secret code sending us messages through random events. And the more we pay attention to those synchronicities, the more we can crack the code and you know, uh, get valuable insights into our lives. And intuition isn't just about those big moments. It can show up in the little things too. So, like a stuttered urge to take a different route or a burst of inspiration. So, it's like our own personal GPS system, but it's guiding us toward what's best for us. That's a great way to put it. And this new moon is like upgrading that GPS to the latest version. So, giving us even better direction. And besides intuition and synchronicities, Pisces is also the sign of dreams. So there's it is essential for you to pay attention to your dreams during this time. They can be really insightful. It's pretty common to find it hard to remember your dreams, but there are ways to improve dream recall. So you can keep a journal by your bed, jot down anything you remember right when you wake up, even if it's just a feeling or an image. So even if it's just a little piece, you can write it down. And even small details can be super symbolic, and over time you might see patterns or symbols that give you insights into your subconscious. So it's like our dreams are speaking a language we can learn. And with Pisces ruling the dream world, this new moon is a great time to start deciphering those messages. So the question is, are there any other Piscean practices we can do during this new moon? Definitely. Pisces is a super creative sign, so engaging in creative expression can be incredibly beneficial. And so does that mean I have to become a painter, a musician, or something? Actually, you don't have to be a painter nor a musician. I mean, not at all. Because creativity comes in so many forms. It could be writing poetry, gardening, even just dancing around your living room. So it's more about just letting that creative energy flow. Doesn't matter what the result is. So the point is to find things that let you express yourself freely, without judging yourself or being too critical. And you have to remember that creativity always isn't always about making something perfect or beautiful. It's about connecting with your inner child, that playful, imaginative part of you that might be hidden under all the responsibilities and routines. Okay, so It's less about achieving perfection and more about just enjoying the process of creating something. And that's where the real sorcery happens because, when we allow ourselves to play and experiment without expectations, we open up to so many new possibilities. And I'm realizing that this new moon is really a chance to reconnect with ourselves on a deeper level. And that's such a great way to put it because it's about embracing those Piscean qualities like intuition, compassion, creativity, and dreaminess. But with people who maybe struggle with the more sensitive side of Pisces because Pisces energy can be a little overwhelming, right? So especially for people who aren't nature in tune with their emotions, just a reminder that Pisces is a water sign. It's all about feelings and empathy. So if you tend to absorb other people's emotions or feel overwhelmed easily, setting boundaries is super important during this time. So boundaries is like saying no to things that drain us or avoiding situations that might make us feel overloaded. So it's about knowing your limits and taking care of yourself, creating a safe space where you can retreat and recharge when you need to. So it's not about shutting down emotionally or isolating ourselves. It's more like being aware of our energy and protecting our sensitive hearts. And that's where self care comes in. You have to take time for things that nourish your soul, whether it's a bath, a nature walk, or listening to calming music. It can help you stay grounded and centered amidst all the intense energy of this new moon. And it sounds like a perfect recipe for a truly magical new moon experience. And remember, this new moon is a reminder that we're all connected to something bigger than ourselves. So it's about embracing innovation, trusting the flow of the universe, and letting ourselves be swept away by the magic of the moment. So we've talked about intuition, synchronicities, dreams, and creativity. But how do we actually take all of that and get real results? That is a big question, isn't it? So where things get real with a new moon in Pisces. So it's not enough to just, daydream about what we want. You gotta do something. Action is key. But it's not about forcing things or trying to control every little thing. It's more about aligning yourself with the flow of the universe and taking action when the right opportunities pop up. So, like setting an intention, putting it out there, and then trusting that things will work out. That's where the magic comes in because when you're aligned with your purpose and you're taking action from a place of inspiration, not desperation, not desperation, well, the universe has a way of making things happen. That's what you call divine intervention. So less about pushing and striving and more about like surrendering and trusting. And this can be hard for some people, especially those who like to be in control, making things happen by sheer willpower. And some of us could be a bit of control freaks sometimes. It's a common thing and it's valid because we're humans. That's bound to happen. We're bound to be anxious, but you have to start seeing how this new moon is saying, hey, loosen up a little, trust in something bigger. It's a beautiful shift in perspective, and it can lead to amazing results because when we let go of that need to control every little detail, well, we open ourselves up to a whole world of possibilities that we might not have even thought of before. So, okay, but how do we actually do that? How do we go from being control freaks to like riding the waves of the universe? So, it all starts with awareness, noticing when we're holding too tightly to a specific outcome, resisting the flow of life. So, paying attention to our thoughts, our actions, those little signs that tell us we're out of alignment. And once we see those patterns, we can start to change them by practicing acceptance, surrendering or surrender, trust or trusting the process. So we need to work on those things, which honestly sounds harder than it is because it takes a lot of practice, that's for sure, but it's also, but you know, it's so worth it, because when you learn to surrender to the flow of the universe, you tap into the source of wisdom and power that's bigger than you. So even if we're not sure we believe in magic, it's worth keeping an open mind just to see what happens. What's the worst that could happen is nothing changes. But the best case scenario, you experience a total shift in the reality, a total shift in your reality, right? So as I wrap up this deep dive into the new moon in Pisces, the best thing I can tell you right now is to pay attention to your dreams. Trust your gut, embrace your creativity, and take action when it feels right. And but most importantly, believe that magic is possible, because when you do, you open yourself to so much wonder and possibility more than you can imagine. So yeah, that's beautiful and the perfect way to end this. And this is talking about the beginning of two retrogrades, Mars and Venus. This event is holding a space for us to really fuse or integrate all the wisdoms we had learned from our past experiences, to be able to incorporate more physical and metaphysical actions to manifest what we want in our lives. So it's asking us to come back in ourselves, to come back to yourself, because you are your own universe. So embrace the magic of this new moon in Pisces and see what miracles you can create. Until next time, kiss kiss.